Welcome back, friends. Last Scarf here, and it's time for more Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask, the voice LP. So let us continue here. The story so far. After searching Henry Ladore's study, Layton decides to seek out Alphonse Dalston, an old friend from his past. Friend, you say? As the only other person to have been contacted by the masked gentleman, could Dalston be involved somehow? I assume Dalston's a red herring. I feel like the Layton games have always been pretty straightforward, but there's always like one twist that surprises you, while everything else is just obvious. But we'll see if we're right or wrong as we go. Was that guy there before? No, he wasn't. Never bet on black. Never bet on black. When will I learn? Looks like beans on toast all week again. Excuse me, sir. We are seeking information on the masked gentleman. Can we speak to you for a moment? Look, mate, if I knew anything about the masked gentleman, I'd be down at the City Hall collecting my reward. If I were to bet on it, I'd say he's some poor blighter who's just down on his luck. He's not a villain. Really? Picture this. Ordinary bloke gets fleeced in a casino. He loses everything because it's all fixed. It's not his fault. Then why you play? Are we still talking about the masked gentleman here? Hang on, do you really think someone would start turning people to stone just because he lost a few bets? If it's big enough. It's just a theory, okay? It just doesn't make any sense that horses would be so, forget it. Wait, what about horses? You want to know, do you? Sorry, mate, nothing's free in this world. You have to solve this puzzle for me first. You ever get a hair in your eye and just can't get it out? Ugh. I wonder if it's a real quote. There's a quote that says, Einstein once said that in the odds of roulette, you're better off just taking chips and running, and taking the risk with that, than actually betting. Alright. This roulette wheel isn't behaving as it should. Instead of stopping at random, the ball seems to land on numbers according to some unknown rule. On successive spins, the ball lands on 10, 9, 8, 5, 10, 3. Where will the ball land next? 10, 9, 8, 5, 3. Okay, let's see here. 10 and 9 is a difference of 1. 9 and 8 is a difference of 1. 8 and 5 is a difference of 3. 5 and 3 is a difference of 2. 1, 1, 3, 2. Nah, just tell me anything. It goes up to what? 13? Yeah, it goes up to wait, no. 11, 13, 10. There's no 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. There's no 12. That's weird. Numbers according to some unknown rule. One would guess 2 or 1, right? But it's probably not that, is it? Okay, let's see. What about patterns? Is there a pattern here? Yeah, let's see about patterns. So, 10, 9, 8, 5, 3. Oops, undo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go with that. 10. 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I am not smart enough for this question, so let's go ahead and do some hints. Number 1. The roll of the sequence number is only possible on a spinning wheel. What could it be? Take a look at all the numbers on the wheel in order. Do you notice anything strange? Is there one? Yeah, 12's missing. Yeah, but why is 12 missing? Ball landed on 10, 9, 8, then 5, starting on 10. How many spaces there are around the wheel until you reach the 9? Then the 9 to the 8, then the 8 to the 5. You should see a pattern started. I was looking! I didn't see a pattern! 10 to 9's a 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and then it was 3. Oh, I mean, and I got 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4. And then 8 to 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4 again. And then 5 to 3 is what? I don't get it. Ball landed on 10, 9, 8, and then 5. Starting on 10, count how many spaces there are until you reach 9. That's a 9, that's not a 6. That's a 9, that's not, yeah. 9, we want to reach 9. Then from 9 to 8, from 8 to 5, you should see a pattern start to emerge. I don't see the pattern. Do it again. You count the spaces from 10 to 9. You need a bit more help. Make sure you are counting anti-clockwise. Everything should come clear. Counterclockwise. Anti-clockwise? If you're counting counterclockwise, which I was doing and then I stopped. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 11. Alright, this is the first one that I fail. I don't understand the answer at all. I don't get it. I don't get it, so let's solve it and have the game tell me what the answer is, because I don't get it. So it lands on 2.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
Nope. It lands on 1.
I believe I have this one.
Alright, we're going hard mode now. 13. We're just going through them. Why is it 6? Why is it 6?
Excellent puzzle.
Why is it 6? Correct. When the ball lands on a number, the next number will be that many spaces away in the anti-clockwise direction. Number 12 is missing from the wheel. If 12 was there, landing on the 12 would make the next number 12, and the next and the next. I don't understand. Can I miscount? That's a 6. That's a 9. Ah, oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Memo. Memo. Okay, clear all this out. Yeah, that's a 9. That's a 6. I was using this wheel thing. I was using the wheel as the underline when it's the outside's the underline. Son of a bitch. So, okay. Okay. So now the pattern makes sense because I read it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hate this game! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. I failed because I did not gather the information correctly. So, first you draw a circle, then you dot the eyes, then you make a great big smile, and there you go. You have a Kirby. You have a Kirby. And this Kirby is unhappy. My god. Ah! So mad. Alright, 6. Ah. Yeah, I would have got it if I understood that. If I read the numbers correctly.
I believe I have this one. An excellent puzzle.
Oh! Well, was that fun? to watch my pain, because that's what it's supposed to be sometimes. Ah! Ah! Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurts so much. I'm in pain. Alright. Bin shenanigans. First I lose this week's wages, now I've got to give up my only useful piece of info about those stupid miracles? Please, sir, what were you saying about horses, and how did that relate to the masked gentleman? All I heard is that around the time he first turned up, you could make some serious money selling horses. That's all I knew. Now if you excuse me, I'm off to check the park benches for loose change. Why would he think that his information is valuable? Was he betting on racehorses as well? Perhaps it has something to do with the incident in which the masked gentleman turned people into horses. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that's right. That was donkey years ago. That was donkeys years ago. What the hell does that mean? How does that mean, ma'am? I think that guy was an important clue, though. Good thing we talked to that guy. Wait, which way is Shelter Jolson? We should find Delson's home to the west of here. Oh, okay. Really upset about that puzzle. Ah, another clown! Aha, this must be the circus. We met the ringmaster outside our hotel, didn't we? Can we go inside? Luke, we're not here to have fun. We're in the middle of an investigation. I know that. This part of town has quite a different feel to it, doesn't it, Professor? Yes, we're on the edge of the desert here. You can even see part of our old ruin over there. Really? Wow! Yes, this entire region of the desert is dotted with extremely ancient ruins. Cutscene. Oh no, another mystery. Really? Okay. Although Monte is a new city, built in the latest architectural fashion, traces can be found here and there of a very ancient civilization. Where do these come from, and what could it mean? This area of desert is known to be the site of various ancient ruins. Monte must also have its share of relics. But we are getting distracted. Let's proceed to Delson's house. But first, a child with balloons. Stellar Circus. Knew it. Have you been to the circus yet? They have a tiger. How cool is that? And they have a magic show. It's way better than that silly masked gentleman's tricks. So you think the masked gentleman does tricks? Of course, there's no such thing as magic, mister. It's all tricks, no doubt about it. Well, there might be more to it than that. The world is full of mysterious things. Ha! I learned that there are no puzzles in the world that can't be solved. It's true, a nice man at our hotel told me so. Here, I can show you. Have a go at this one. Put some water in me. Pattern pending. A schoolteacher called a bright pupil up to the front of the class and asked him this. You see these 5 patterns? Each one is made using 2 paper L shapes. None are rotations or mirrored versions of any other. Yet they all have something in common. Using these 2 L shapes, can you make another pattern that shares the common feature of the other 5? Move and rotate the pieces to form a 6th pattern that shares the common feature. I had no idea. The common feature is that they touch at the center, I think. That's it. So I think no matter what, you gotta touch at the center. The question is, what can you do at the center? That's this one. That's this one. What about this? Wait, how about this? One sec. Can I do this one? Okay, that's this one, but... Okay, no, it's this one. So we just made this one. And then... Apparently I made the right one. Alright. I was looking for it, but I found it.
Puzzles are made to be solved.
At least that one was quick, right? Excellent! They're all fine examples of an unfolded cube. They are? That's why this pattern would work even if it was mirrored. Sure, why not? Sure. An unfolded cube. I'll go with that. Every puzzle can be solved, and every magic trick can be explained. But the man from the hotel also said that the masked gentleman's miracles were real. I don't understand. Every puzzle may have a solution, but some of those solutions may be puzzled out, I suppose. What? I'm confused. Grown-ups talk about such difficult stuff sometimes. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll turn into a fine puzzle solver when you're older. Sure thing. Sometimes I can't understand anything grown-ups say. It's so confusing. Top factor. What a charming little circus tent. Coin. Is that a pillow, a rock, or a tree trunk? I can't tell. Let's go. I already forgot Dawson's voice, but I have a guess as to what it was. Cutscene. Doggy!
Professor!
Don't move.
This puppy should learn some manners.
Leave that young lady alone. Get
That's his
back
voice.
here, now!
That's his voice. Oh, hush, Layton. Is that you? I haven't seen you in years. Go with that voice. Hello, Dalston. It has been some time. You look well. What are you doing in Monte? Don't tell me you've moved here too. No, I am here on business. So you left Stansbury, I see? Everyone left. Stansbury turned into a ghost town after that mess with the Ascot family. Ghost towns don't attract many tourists, and empty hotels don't make any money. Ah, yes, you always did mean to build your own hotels, didn't you? It seems you've done quite well for yourself here. Enough small talk, Layton. What's your business here? I'm investigating the recent events surrounding the masked gentleman. Who put you up to this, Angela? Oh, let me guess. I'm a suspect now, right? Well, that's a load of rubbish. What do I have to gain from that maniac terrorizing the town? This chaos is bad for business. Everyone's business. I've heard that there is something of a prolonged power struggle going on in Mount Dior. If one wanted to hurt an opponent, one might be willing to make a sacrifice or two, no? Hypothetically speaking. Why does the masked gentleman send a warning to his plan specifically to you and Henry? There must be plenty of other business owners in town who would be glad of the information. It certainly looks as though there is some connection between you and the masked gentleman, Dalston. Naive as ever, Layton. If anyone is connected to that creep, it's Angela. I beg your pardon. You weren't the only one Angela blamed for Randall's untimely end. Henry encouraged Randall to go on that expedition and convinced Angela to let him. Years later, Angela and Henry are married, and you know the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Angela holding a grudge against Henry after all these years? Come now, Dalston. That seems highly unlikely. Angela changed after Randall's death, you know that. She got uptight and skulky. Maybe she buried her resentment deep down and she's been plotting some revenge all this time. Think about it. Angela never forgave you for Randall's death. Practically drove you out of Stansbury, didn't she? I wouldn't say that. Open your eyes, Layton. Henry loved Angela and he couldn't stand seeing her with Randall. That's why he sent Randall out on that expedition into the ruins. Henry knew how dangerous it was. That's ridiculous, Dalston. Oh, is it? Then how come Henry kept everything Randall discovered about Norwell to himself? So he could find the treasure that should have been Randall's and take it for his own? Huh. Angela wasn't going to let Henry get away with that. This whole masked gentleman fiasco was her doing. With one stroke, Angela can ruin Henry. get the treasure and exact her revenge. It's genius. That's quite the tale, Dalston, but without proof that it's all it is. I hope I'm there when the penny finally drops, Layton. This isn't a city of miracles. It's a city of betrayals. A city of betrayals? Wow, that's, See? Even a child can see it. No, It's alright, Luke. Professor, I think we've had enough. Let's go now. Let's go now. Oh, this boy has a mind of his own. Well, if you won't talk to me, at least go and see the mayor. The mayor, you say? I've heard he's put together a special task force to root out with that masked lunatic. If you're serious about finding the truth, you want to have a chat with them. Actually, Dalston has a point there. Indeed. Let's head to the city hall, then. Gonzalez? Mr. Dalston, another letter! Oh no. I was supposed to click. Two, actually. One for you and the other for someone named Mr. Layton. Does anyone know who Mr. Layton is? That would be me. Oh, how convenient! Greetings, my friends. I assume it's Randall at the moment, but who knows. I trust you enjoyed last night's festivities. I certainly did. It was so refreshing. You see, people who are made of stone cannot cheat or lie. In fact, they cannot do anything unpleasant. They just stand there in dignified silence. To rob a person of their power to do evil is quite miraculous, don't you think? Almost as miraculous as my follow-up tonight. I will be performing in the Gallery Plaza, and I assure you it will be a most enlightening experience. I hope you will attend. Until then, I, the masked gentleman, bid you adieu. There, a warning from the masked gentleman, while I stood before you. How did anyone know we were here? Professor, we're being watched. I think you're right, Emmy. Look, that place is going to be teeming with the tourists tonight. We still have some time before sundown. We need to inform the mayor. Right, Professor. Let's go. The mayor should be at the city hall. It's just beyond the Lador place. He's probably busy planning with the special task force. He's called in reinforcements from London, too. Oh my god, it's who he is, isn't it? Maybe they're busy analyzing the suspicious evidence against me as we speak. Maybe so, Come now, Luke. Let's head to the city hall. Thank you, Dalston. This was very informative. No puzzle? Alright. I hope you weren't thinking of harassing my dog. Poor beast was only doing what he does best. I'll have no funny business on my property, understood, Layton? So we're breaking into this place later. That house looks like a prison, but they must feel really safe. They've even got some kind of vacuum to stop the sand getting in. What? It's like an impervious fortress built to resist the elements. Cacti! It's a cactus, isn't it? You don't see many of them around London. Alright, moving on. No new puzzles at all, huh? Just, no, nothing new. Keep going. Right here, we'll branch off. The city hall is just up ahead. That guy! This must be the city hall. What a grand building. Let's go in and find the mayor and his task force, Professor. But first, it's Tuggles. Or Bungles? I forget this guy. Is this the one at the start or the other one? Oh, it's Juggles. La-di-da. What's the matter? Oh, I know. You think the city hall is too serious for clowns, don't you? I'm pretty sure this is a different voice from earlier. Well, it so happens I keep these officers motivated with a little routine of mine whenever they pass by. Watch this. Move your hands in the air while we're solving miracles today. We'll find that gentleman and we'll make him pay. That is quite a rousing chant, I must say. Oh, keep going. I can feel my adrenaline pumping. What? Look out, Miss Gentleman. My chanting will be the end of you. At least you're staying positive. Yes, it's good to see that. No puzzle, huh? Alright. One could surmise that maybe the circus is linked to the Masked Gentleman because it's a good cover. The plaque reads Monte or City Hall. Monte door. The task force strategy meeting's about to start and my partner still isn't back. I don't know why he bothers. Gathering evidence at the scene is one giant waste of time. Does this concern the petrification incident? Yeah, but it's too late now. Whatever evidence might have been there has been compromised by the crowds. That know-it-all from London and the chief are out at each other's throats all day, and the other bloke is just a meathead. A meathead? What's a meathead? The chief's words, boy, not mine. In we go. I assume it's what's his name. But we'll see if I'm right about that in a second. Wow, why didn't we have a big city hall like this back in Misthality? Well, Mount Dior continues to impress. There are a great deal of police officers here. Is this where they are stationed? I don't think so. I heard the main police station is somewhere outside town. Damn! Look how many there are! The entire force must be in here. It seems the Masked Gentleman is receiving quite a bit of attention. Yes, they have certainly upped the ante. We didn't see this many officers the night of the petrification incident. Which could also mean they were not prepared. Perhaps the Masked Gentleman doesn't always send out a warning. But that's not fair. Striking when the town is helpless. What about all the innocent people he's hurting? That's the right attitude, Luke. Let's solve this case swiftly before anyone else suffers. Bunny says there's a clue here. I mean, there's a puzzle here. This board, maybe? Nope, it's a coin. I fancy scribbling some stuff on these forms for a laugh. The Silver Servants here all work really hard at work. Is it all that difficult working in a city hall? Yes, it is. Also really boring at times. Well, they have a lot to manage to make a city this size tick. Not a puzzle. Can I help you at all, sir? We'd like to see the mayor. We've heard that he had assembled a task force to investigate the Masked Gentleman. Civilians need the mayor's permission to talk to the task force. To get that permission, you need to see the mayor. Which is what you just asked for. I'll see if I can find him. Wow, we're actually going to meet the mayor of Monte. I wonder what kind of man he is. Managing a city this size must be a big responsibility. I wonder if I could do it. Maybe I'll be a mayor when I grow up. How does Mayor Luke Twyton sound? That doesn't have such a bad ring to it. Just as long as you give us the royal treatment when we come to and visit. Puzzle here? Yep, there it is. Stamp and file. The paperwork has gone through the roof since the Masked Gentleman turned up. All these boys in blue milling around and they still can't catch their mark. Imagine if I was that bad at my job. How do you expect to solve crime when they can't even solve this puzzle? But here we go. Oh no, hat puzzles! No! Alright, here we go. 8 hat puzzles. A hat of tiles. You have a stack of thin tiles which are 3 by 3 small squares in size. There are 3 colors and each tile is all one color. You want to use the limited tiles available and stack them on top of each other to construct a top hat like the one above. How should you layer them? Take the tiles from the right and place them inside the border on the left. Take the tiles from the right of the touchscreen and place them within the border on the left so they match the model design. The tiles may overlap. Oh, okay. It makes it easier. So obviously we do the bottom, which is this one. Uh-oh. There. We don't need the center. And then we go here. And go here. Oh, there's an order to do these things. Okay. I see, I see. No, take these off. Take these off. Okay. Alright. Here. Here. Oh, here. So this goes on top. So this goes on top. There we go. Let me put this white one here. No, it would be not that one. This one. Right there. No, 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 no. Oh, jeez. Okay. Alright. I'm dying here. I'm getting killed by these few puzzles. Okay, so I figure, okay, so these are obvious up here. That's simple enough. Okay, we got that. I just gotta do the bottom part. Do that for now. Okay, just need this last part here. Ah, okay.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here.
Jeez.
That was a challenge, to be sure.
Oh, okay, that took some time. Got it, though. You did it. That's some expert towel laying right there. Thankfully, it didn't tell me how many tries you could do for that. How many piece moving would it take? Thankfully. A hat of tiles. There, an ordinary citizen has solved a puzzle that stumped the police. No wonder this case is going nowhere. Well, it isn't an easy case. The masked gentleman is a strange and highly unpredictable adversary. And the crowds worked as a shield. The police can't just use aggressive methods to take him down without putting civilians in danger. I've heard the excuses more times than you can imagine. Tell me, why are those paintings not back at the gallery? And why are those people who got turned into horses still out there somewhere munching hay? Whatever. The task force is in the meeting room at the back. If you had the mayor's permission, go on in. Wow, she's lost all faith in the police, hasn't she? The local people are feeling rather let down. The incidents started over a month ago, so you can't blame them. I really hope we can catch the masked gentleman before his next trick. They won't. New guy! Oh god, that's his nose? Rhys Williams, Mayor of Monte, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to our fair city. Thank you, my name is Herschel Layton. I'm a friend of Angela Ledore's. Emmy Altava, pleased to meet you, Mr. Mayor. I'm Luke Twyton, the professor's acquaintance. My friends and I are investigating the masked gentleman. We'd like your permission to contact the Special Task Force and offer our assistance. Investigating? Fancy that. Well, we need all the help we can get. Let's see now, what's your puzzle-solving record so far? You'd really need to have solved at least 25. Aha, you have. You are amply qualified. Welcome to our task force. To be honest, our investigation has been a bit bumpy. The detectives from London and our chief of police aren't getting along at all. Stop poking your nose, sir. I'm sorry to hear that. I requested assistance from London, see? I've forgotten their names, but they seem a sharp lot. Oh yes, our strategy meeting is about to begin, I think. Please go on in and join the meeting. If you could defuse the situation, I would be incredibly grateful. Detectives from London, eh? I wonder who that could be. Who do you think? They're all in the briefing room back there. I'm counting on you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That was a weird-looking mayor. That is still a weird-looking mayor. Who designed that guy? Gotta sneeze. Oh, that guy! What did I voice him as? Doesn't feel the poking at all?
Emmy and Layton, and the little chap too.
Oh god, this voice. This guy.
Little chap? I'm not a child. I'm Luke Triton, apprentice to Professor Layton.
So a child. This is the voice from the freaking inventory games.
Ah, of course. Inspector Grosky. We should have known it was you.
It has to be Grosky because it can't be the other guy because they haven't met him yet.
How did you get in here with all the competent police officers?
Ooh.
Emmy, how rude. If you're not careful, you might end up hurting my feelings. Guess I'll have to turn to my arrest record at Scotland Yard to cheer me up.
And how many of those arrests came with the professor's help? About
Ooh.
half?
Ooh.
Yeah, I suppose that sounds about right. Good to see you too, Emmy.
Professor Layton, I presume.
Bloom.
Detective Inspector Leonard Bloom, Senior Detective at Scotland Yard.
Huh.
That's quite the title. Herschel Layton, how do you do?
Wow. This must be a really big case to call in Scotland Yard's finest.
I guess so.
I wonder how the local police feel about bringing in external help.
How did all these people get in my briefing room? Who are these civilians? Where's my tea?
Holy crap, that's a blockhead. Wow.
Chief Inspector Sheffield, may I introduce Professor Herschel Layton? Scotland Yard has solved many difficult cases with his assistance. I assure you, any help he can offer will be invaluable to us.
All right then. Just make sure he doesn't get in the way. Now, if we're done with the pleasantries, I'd like to get on with solving this case.
Oh, Grosky runs a rampant. Okay. Well, we gotta see that now, don't we? Grosky runs rampant. Do unflinching determination and a vast amount of chest hair amount to the sum of their parts? With Grosky on the beat, it's hard to tell. Itchy nose. Keep feeling him to sneeze. Monte at last. Now where's this devious villain that's been menacing the city, eh? You there! Stop in the name of the yard! Yes, how may I be of assistance, sir? Inspector Klampogrosky, I was hoping you could tell me about this masked mantelpiece, or what have you. Masked mantel... oh, I believe you mean gentleman. I am honored that Scotland Yard would take an interest. Let's cut to the chase. Tell me what's going on in the city. I'll make short work of this scumbag. Well, simply put, a strange man has stolen the symbol of our city, the mask of chaos, and is using it to commit nefarious deeds. He calls himself the Masked Gentleman and claims his acts are miracles, but I would sooner call them nightmares. Nightmares, you say? Well, we can't let that go unchecked, can we? That rascal, toying with innocent citizens. It may interest you to know that a special task force has been established at the City Hall. Why not contact them? Ah, so they're at the City Hall, eh? Watch your step, Miss Gentleman. Justice will be served, piping hot. Ah, sir. I believe that's the wrong direct... Oh, wait, oh dear. He's out of sight already. It was just around the corner, too. Isn't he going the right way? He's going the right way from that angle, I believe. Alright, it took us forever to get here because of the puzzles kicking our butt, but here we are. Okay, so... Okay, let's see if we can find a puzzle. If we can find a puzzle, we'll keep going for a little bit. If we just get conversation, we'll stop. So, come see. Someone have a puzzle, please? Nope. Someone have a puzzle, please? Nope. Puzzle? And projector. Nope, just story. Okay. So next time, we will continue forward with the story. We took kind of forever with only 3 puzzles. Wow, I did pretty bad. But, hey, We did really good with a bunch of puzzles before. Just, there you go. Next time we'll continue the story and we'll do more puzzles. That right there is the game for now. I had fun. Hope you had fun watching. That's what's all about it. Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.